Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is called The Seventh Circle. It was written by Matthew Sanderson, and this is episode 4. Our game master is Tyler Hudak, and our recap will be given by Thomas McKeon. Looks like the players are ready. Let's begin our journey into the darkness. Tom?
Thanks, Tom. When we last left off, the crew of the other side landed on the island of Eileen Moore. The boat docked, and the sailor told both Ianto and William that he'd be here at the pier until we needed to leave. The group began carrying up gear to the glass house and were met by an impressive display. It turns out that not only is the house built in concentric circles, but the entire property is as well, including the garden and the wall bordering the grounds. While many were impressed, William was immediately concerned when he discovered that the house was in fact bricked up. Ianto and Karen calmed William down by insisting that the crew could get through, making for good television. It should be noted that around this time, both William and the cameraman, Donald McKay, are becoming more and more frustrated with the crew. Donald wished to speak with William about the show, which he sees as an opportunity to get to the bottom of where the money is going. The group decides to leave Ianto to break down the bricks to the house while they investigate the lighthouse, which, this isn't in here, but it should be noted that the lighthouse and the actual house seem to be in a straight line. The lighthouse seems abandoned, but they find evidence of someone breaking in and tampering with the lighthouse in general. Donald decides to get a shot from the lighthouse and films Ianto, who's down by the house, and a man is standing behind him. The man seems to be wearing a suit with translucent skin and long, twisted teeth. The man seems to enter Ianto somehow, pushing him down. The group now believes someone is on the island with them, possibly a crazy man who's been squatting on the island's lighthouse. Regardless, the show goes on and they enter into the house. Activity, however, begins immediately. Lights flicker, sounds echo out, and the entire house shakes. William, Donald, and Ianto try to pass this off as natural events, but Karen and Irene believe something paranormal is in play. The front door slams shut, and the players find that there seems to be an indentation of a door in one of the walls. It's been plastered over, however. Irene opens herself up and feels that something is on the other side of this door. This is when William hits his limit with frustration. He attempts to leave the house to speak with the shipmaster at the pier, but the door won't budge. But after a successful tug, it opens, proving to William that everything around them seems completely natural. As he leaves, Karen begins rooting around the glass's effects, as it seems that they hadn't been even fully moved in. Dave and Karen find a box with occult books, and Karen witnesses that the box fills with blood and gore, and something grips her hand. She tries to pull away, and she does, and then everything is fine. But down on the docks, William witnesses the ship is sinking, and the sailor inside has his severed head pressed up against the glass window, and that's where we left off.
And so we begin. William, we'll start with you. So you're still down at the docks and you see this.
Yes. Do you want me to do a sanity roll?
Yeah, if you did not, I can't remember if you did before, but if not, go ahead and...
I did not. We ended literally right then.
Okay, then yes, make a sanity check.
I passed.
All right, then just lose 1.
Okay.
And as you're staring there, the sea the wind is whipping off the sea, causing the waves to crash over the boat as it slowly begins to sink, and then finally going down into the depths of the sea. Looking out across the ocean in front of you, you know that 20 or so miles away is the shore of the where you had originated from, but you see nothing else other than gray sea and slightly blue sky.
Okay. So I just saw a severed head. I'm immediately going to begin running up the rocky steps back up to the house. I expect the worst. I think that the killer is here. That there's a killer on the island. He's coming after the group.
Okay.
That was.
So
I think it might be a werewolf.
He's so scared. He's just barking.
So you'll start running up. It will take 2 or 3 minutes for you to get up there. So while you're running up, we'll switch back to the house. Where we left you all in the house, you were in the library. Karen had just stuck her hands in those books, and where they kind of liquefied around her, trying to pull her in, but she pulled her hands out, and they just turned back to books. Nobody else saw this. Since she's not here, I will let one of you control what she does next. I don't want to just control her so she runs out unless you guys want to have her around still.
I'll control her. So she, you said that she's just seen this vision. She stumbles back onto the floor and sits down, looking extremely agitated and nervous.
Okay. The rest of you, you can obviously see her just very nervous, pale, shaking even, and she's saying that she just wants to sit there for a couple minutes and be left alone. There's a door to going into a room that you have not been in yet, and then the door coming back into the lobby. The door you haven't been through yet is closed.
Open
it.
Yanto walks towards the door, and he's like, now if the pattern is going to continue as what I've seen, the first room had Aries and Taurus on the ceiling. This one has Cancer and Gemini. We should expect Leo and Virgo in the next room. So I open up the door and look up at the ceiling.
And in fact, as the door opens, the automatic lights go on, and that is exactly what you see. On the ceiling, you see Leo and Virgo above. And it's the same like paint job
Right.
that you've seen in the two rooms as well, where it's the night sky with the constellations that slowly go down and brighten until it reaches the floor, and it's almost like it's the sunrise on the floor.
It's the zodiac, you see. He's recreated the zodiac when all the way around.
You look into the room. The room looks to be a bar, almost like a ballroom. There's an empty bar that curves around the wall between the door, the door on the opposite side, and the door to the outside. There's actually a door to the outside here as well. Up on the wall.
Up, yes.
Well, not from this side.
Right.
It's closed, but yeah, you did see from the outside that it was bricked up. You also see what looks like some type of booth set up on the wall with like a little ladder to get onto it. From what it looks like, it might be like a DJ booth. And you see 7 large speakers that would provide like a surround sound system around the room. Only 4 have been installed. 3 are sitting underneath holes in the walls that wires are dangling out of. The floor itself is very almost like immaculately polished. It's slightly raised from the main floor, and above the center of the room, the dance floor, is a glitter ball hanging from the center of the ceiling. As you have seen in every other room, along the inside of the wall, you see the stairs going up, entering in from one side, leaving from the other.
But they're actually quite high up now, yes?
Yes, they are.
Dave, come and look at this. I have a very strange observation.
What's that?
If this house is haunted and somehow it is designed to protect either the people within or without, then why does he have a disco ball and a bar? Was he planning on having parties here? I mean, it doesn't seem like... It seems like he was rather eccentric, I would think.
Well, throwing it out there, if there's people that feel the way he felt about things, he must have had friends and supporters. Maybe this was some kind of clubhouse, some occult clubhouse coming into play.
It seems though that everything has had a slightly sinister feel, except this room. Unless you're talking about the movie Carrie, which would make this a recreation of a rather frightening place. But my goodness,
can we get up? Yeah, it's definitely different.
Let's see if there's any alcohol.
There's a plan.
There is no alcohol in this room. You look around the bar. There are some boxes filled with glasses, wine glasses, whiskey glasses, and all that. But there's no alcohol in here.
Shame. It would have been 8 years older.
Can we get up?
Into the
stairway?
Well, the stairway is probably about 2/3 of the way up. If you recall, it started in the lobby and ended in the lobby as well, actually. But you could probably jump up or have somebody boost you if you wanted to, start climbing up to get onto the stairs, or
You said that the interior is about 60 feet high.
I believe that is correct.
So that would mean that if there's 6 rooms and we started at 0 in the first room, the Gemini room would be 10 feet high. In this room, it would be about 20 feet high.
The stairs go around the opposite way, so they. So if you're looking down upon the house, the stairs would rise going counterclockwise. So it's more like
10, 20, 30, 40. It would be 40 feet up.
Yeah.
At this point. So yeah, I don't think we can jump up there.
So what are you all doing as you see this room?
I'm gonna take my phone out and take some photos.
I'm just gonna keep rolling.
Okay.
Keep taking footage of everything. I really, at the moment, I don't know what is and isn't people acting. So I'm just going to keep filming everything.
Now, I am concerned for Karen, because she's not usually an actor. So I go back and check on her to see what's unnerved her so much. And her response is probably, it's just evil. There's something evil here. I can feel it. I know there is. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she does mention wondering if she needs some fresh air. The walls to her do feel, this is a huge house and you're in huge rooms, but it still feels stifling to her.
Well, I'll walk you outside.
Okay.
Which probably will meet William. I'm running up as we get to the door.
Okay. So you start walking out. Before we go, Dave, as you're walking through the room taking pictures, I assume you're going to want to get like a really good picture of like the glass ball.
That's my plan, yeah.
So you get up on stage, and you're trying to get a good angle on it. Even with the lights on, it's pretty high up, and you kind of have to maneuver a little bit to get close to it. But as you get close to it, it almost looks like it starts to swing, like almost imperceptibly. and then you see it's spinning a little bit. Then it seems to start spinning faster and faster. But go ahead and give me a dex roll.
Ooh, okay. I had the dice in my hand. 14. That is a pass.
All right, so it starts spinning, and anybody else in the room who is watching Dave, or at some point, everybody can start seeing the ball spinning around. It almost spins out of control, slamming down, landing right where you were standing a second before. The ball is just a huge globe, probably like 4 or 5 feet across, and it just explodes onto the floor in this like deafening explosion.
Wow.
Are you okay, Dave?
Yeah, it seemed to be.
See, this is why we need a health and safety officer.
Look at the chain that held this up. How did it come loose? Was it cut, ripped? Did it just lose tension? What?
You look at it, and it appears that it doesn't look like it was cut. It looks like there's no clean break or cut on it. It just looked like it snapped and just came undone. It's not a chain itself. It's like a very thick metallic like rope.
Okay.
So it would have taken a tremendous amount of force to do this.
Cable.
Right.
Is it snapped, or is it just sheared, or what?
No, it looks more snapped. It looks more snapped than sheared.
Bizarre.
Bit weird that it's been up there for 8 years and just suddenly decides to fall down now.
It looked like it was starting to move on its own. I mean, it looked like it was
I got it all on camera.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, I got some of it on camera. I got it moving a bit and then falling.
And with that, the lights around the room, the dance lights that have been put up, just start to blink on and off in multiple colors, almost as if And you look up in the DJ booth where this would have been controlled, and the DJ booth is completely empty. And in fact, looking around the room, you don't see, other than the lights, you don't see. It looks like there's even maybe power going to it. But despite that, the lights are going on and off. There's a sound of almost like a techno music starts to come out of the speakers, including the speakers that are on the floor that are not connected to anything. Everybody that are still in the room, give me sanity checks.
I loathe dubstep.
Oh, no, fail.
21, I made it.
So just 1 if you made it, a D4 if you failed.
Okay. Do you want to know what we rolled?
Did you go over 20% or?
No.
All right. Then you're good.
Didn't go over 10. Okay. 20% total or 20%
of your max?
Right now?
20% of your max.
No.
And then almost as immediately as it started, it stops. With that, Ianto, you and Karen are walking out of the lobby into the garden, and almost exactly as you leave the building, William comes running in from the other side of the garden, panting, a little bit pale, out of breath.
William, what's wrong?
Get inside. Go. Get inside.
We were trying to get some air, but...
The sailor's dead. Get inside now. The killer is here. Get inside now. And I grab him, and I immediately begin rushing him inside because I'm panicking.
What you mean? What do you mean the sailor's dead?
The sailor's head is completely chopped off. The boat is down there. It's sunk. Get inside. And I'm like pushing you inside, Jan, and you can see like the fear on my face. I'm pale, despite me running.
I'll call the others. Everybody, please come to the front entrance room. I just yell that in their direction.
I'll go.
Yeah, hang on. This camera's heavy. Hang on. We'll be there in a minute.
So yeah, I push in through the front door, and I'm trying to pull Ianto and Karen inside.
We're inside.
All right. Well, then I slam the door, and is there a lock?
Yeah.
I lock it.
Okay.
And then I begin looking for something to like barricade this door. This is the only door that we've knocked down.
Well, you said there's no furniture, right?
Yeah, they're not in this room.
It's a big, heavy door with a big, heavy lock. So,
Well, I'm freaking out. So I'm
now,
looking.
William, please calm down. Calm down. All right, everybody, please come. William says that there's been an accident.
It wasn't an accident. Why?
What?
How would a man's head? The sailor said we were down there just not what an hour and a half ago.
All right. Calm down, please. Start at the beginning. What did you see?
I went down to the dock, and I go over the pass, and what do I see? I see the boat sinking. It's sinking like a few yards off from the pier. All right, and as it's sinking, and water's rushing in as the waves hit it, the head of the sailor hits the window, blood everywhere.
My God.
Sorry, hang on. I'm confused. Is this like something that happened, or is this a scene that you're suggesting that we?
This
could
actually
do, or...
fucking happened.
This is William Preston here. He doesn't really play along with us, so I believe what he's saying is there may be some sort of maniac on board on the island.
It's the guy.
Hang on.
The guy you mentioned.
The ship's sunk.
We're stuck. That's why we have to stay in here. We have to lock the door. We can't go outside.
Fuck.
They're gonna realize.
Didn't I tell you we should have brought a satellite phone?
Told you. Donald, someone
I'm going
is going
to try on my phone.
Someone's going to realize that the boat doesn't enter into the dock. The shipmaster at the dock is going to realize that boat hasn't checked in. All right? So they're going to have to call someone. They know that boat is coming here to Leadenmore, which means that someone will come and get us eventually. We just need to stay here. We just need to lock down until someone comes here to get us.
Yeah, until when you picked up your... Sorry. When you picked up your phone, you saw that there was no signal,
Yes.
and you started to put it back down to your side, and it rings.
Hello?
You hear a voice on the other end that you immediately recognize as your father. Is your father still alive?
My father? I don't know. I don't remember. Is my father still alive?
I don't think you've ever said.
I don't. Well, you tell me, GM, is my father still alive?
I would say no.
Who is this?
Yanto, this is your father. Do you not recognize my voice, son?
What kind of sick trick is this?
This is no trick. You should listen to me. You are all going to die. With that, the voice becomes very distorted and electronical, and your phone begins to heat up in your hand before burning your hand.
I fling it across.
Fling it across.
Is there a fireplace?
No, not in this room.
Okay.
But you take a point of damage, and you definitely need to make a sand check for that one.
Yeah. I pass. Wait, do I? Yes, I do pass. 34.
Okay, I'll say you need to take a D3 for that one, even though you passed.
D3.
As you throw it across the room, everybody can see the cell phone just begin to catch fire.
That is
What
that's
is
when
going on here?
I shout, "What the fuck is happening? What is going on?"
It sounded like my father. My father's been dead for 5 years.
Well, hang on, but we're inside a Faraday cage. You couldn't get a signal in here.
Look at your phone. Does it say a phone number? Like
My
an
phone
actual
is
number?
in flames.
Oh, geez. Look at that. Holy crap. I wasn't paying attention.
And I'm burned.
Someone is messing with us. Someone was here. Donald, you saw someone with the
All right.
And then
You've
everybody
convinced
who
me.
has a cell phone starts to ring, all in unison, all in a music that none of you recognize, but you know is definitely not a ringtone that you have.
Right. I
And
take
they
mine
all
and
go
throw
off
it.
in unison.
I throw it. I'm freaking out. I did not sign up for this.
I'm walking over and grabbing that sledgehammer and holding it like this.
I'm just gonna put my phone to the side because I don't want my phone bursting into flames in my pocket.
They're all just ringing and ringing. Those who look, it does not show a number.
When I throw my phone, does it still keep going? Does it break?
You throw it with enough force that it kind of, you can see the screen crack, and then it slowly starts to fade out.
Okay. So I rush up to Ianto, and I say, "What do we do?"
I don't know. Actually, the expert here, I've never believed in any of this ridiculous stuff, but apparently some of it is true, and Eileen would be a resident expert then, her and Dave.
So I look to them.
What do we do?
I haven't had this happen before. I mean, this is new to me. As I put my phone, safely on the ground beside me.
The answer to everything is in that room.
Are you volunteering to go in, Irene?
Yes.
Wait. Didn't you also say that there was something behind there?
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yes.
Something evil?
You're surrounded by evil.
That I put my hand in my face and I'm like, this is crazy. This is insane. We're not opening that door because if there's evil inside that door, there's something worse that can come through. It can attack us. But everything I'm saying is crazy.
What is upstairs in this house? Perhaps we should... I don't know, if we stick together, then some maniac will not be able to attack us.
Well, shouldn't there be a radio or something somewhere? I mean, you wouldn't build a house on an island in the middle of nowhere without having some sort of emergency. I mean, even like the builders would have needed some way of contacting the mainland.
I would think that were the case. Wouldn't it be up somewhere high, the second story up?
I guess so.
We should go look at least.
Yeah, there might be something up there we can use. I mean, even if it's just some blankets or something. I don't know, nothing. We're going to be stuck here for days. I mean...
The house will be predominantly safe. They'll try to catch us. They'll try to sneak up on us. But the house will be predominantly safe.
Well, what about outside the house? What about the lighthouse?
Well, I was attacked outside the house, and you say that the ship was attacked outside the house, but we've seen some very strange things inside the house.
That's what I'm saying. How can we know that anywhere is safe?
Wasn't there something about the chapel?
The chapel's between here and the lighthouse, but it's nothing more than a foundation.
It does have a roof on it. You're not sure how safe it is. Yeah, but and it's big enough that maybe 3 or 4 of you could fit in uncomfortably.
What are you talking about, Donald? You said that there was the chapel, but did you mean that there was something safe inside the chapel?
Well, yeah, someone said something about someone hiding in the chapel or something. I'm sure one of the researchers said something about that. Or did I imagine that?
I thought that it was David told us that somebody in a bar somewhere, a pub.
It was one of the lighthouse people, wasn't it?
Right.
One of the lighthouse people stayed out there.
It was one of the builders of this place. Was it not?
Well,
Yes.
do we want to check that out, or do we want to go behind door number 1?
We're not opening that door, and I point to the indentation on the wall.
Irene, don't open that door. For now.
Well, the other option is to go through the other rooms of this place. But
Or go upstairs.
don't you think that if there is a maniac, if we can find the maniac, then we can deal with the maniac?
The maniac cut the head off of the sailor. Do you really think he could attack any one of us?
If he had the upper hand, that's possibly true, but we have all of us together. He would
I
be a
think we
fool
should.
to try and attack us.
I think we should look upstairs.
And now that we
Maybe
know he's
maybe the
here,
builders left some tools behind.
I point to Donald and I say, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea.
there's also the bottles in the other room. You could break one and use it as a knife. I don't know.
What is here will not be deterred by a bottle.
Well, then we might as well all give up then.
I vote door number 1.
We can fight it.
How do we fight it? You are the expert, or are you?
I will fight it.
There we go. Get the camera rolling.
If this is some sort of elaborate hoax, I'm going to have you all drawn and quartered.
Our talent. We got unions.
Yes, they'll have to find your bodies when I get done with you. If it is a joke, it's a good one, but please, my nerves are beyond repair at this moment.
Do you want to know the answer?
I do. Tell me, is it a hoax?
Follow me. I go over to the door. Come here.
Well, remember, the door is all drywalled and over.
Yep.
So if you're going to do it, you're going to have to break through it somehow.
No. Come here, Yanto.
I don't know what you're going to do.
Come here. You wanted to know.
I don't believe in any of this nonsense. Go ahead. What are you going to do?
Take Yanto's hand and touch the door and open up.
You are?
You're assuming it's going to do anything at all. I'm not psychic.
Get the camera on him, Donald.
Yeah. I'm rolling.
I'm stepping back a bit.
I mean, I think she's totally lost it, but I'm rolling.
Let's get it
My
on
hand is
film at
the
least.
door.
So you go and Irene goes up, puts her hand on there like before. Irene, spend another 2 magic points as this happens, and you open yourself up, and just as before, your mind is just flooded with this pure black and darkness. Except you can see that it's not just empty darkness. There's something there that it's a void, but something's in it, something pure evil. And as this happens, Yantu, you can feel the wall start to vibrate first, just a little bit, and then everything in the room starts to vibrate. And just as it happened before, the entire house begins to shake against the wall. So you can feel almost like if something on the other side is trying to break through. You can feel like the vibrations or the pounding as it hits it.
There is something inside there. I can feel it. We can't let it out, whatever it is.
Irene, give me a power roll.
Oh, a 7. Yep, it's a 7.
You can feel it, the darkness coming towards you, closer, getting closer to you, reaching out, and you can almost feel as if it's about to touch your face when you break the connection. falling back a little bit on from the wall, panting. Your nose is bleeding once more.
My dear, I apologize for my attitude towards your abilities. I never believed any of this. I should probably do a sanity roll.
Okay.
Oh, 5. Shit.
You did see it before, and you're kind of prepared for it, so I'll say you don't have to lose any.
So what do we need to do? We need to keep this contained, yes?
The answer to all of our problems is inside.
But it wants out. Why would you open the door?
It's already out, Yanto.
I don't understand your logic.
The boat, the crystal ball, your father.
But then what did we feel inside the door?
Is its presence.
As you're talking about this, everybody's cell phones, which regardless of whether you threw them across the floor or Yanto's, which is yours burned up, they ding with the arrival of a text message, all simultaneously.
I'm not going to look.
I'll lean down and look at it.
The text message, all it says is the word "leave." Anybody
It
else
says leave.
who looks at their
Nice.
cell phones, it says the exact same thing.
Well, unfortunately, whoever is sending the text messages made it impossible for us to leave.
Why would you? Why would it trash the boat if it wanted us to go?
I ain't going to swim 20 miles.
Yeah, you and me both.
These waters are extremely cold. We would last 5 minutes.
If that. Wouldn't even get off the island, probably. We'd be dashed to death on those rocks.
I'm going for the church. And with that, I run to the door and open it and run out.
You run to the door, you start pulling at it. It takes a little bit of effort, but it finally opens up. The breeze and the sun hitting you, but you're able to run out into the garden towards the chapel.
Okay. I'm going to the chapel and I'm avoiding getting killed.
Karen is right behind you as you run down. I'm not sure if anybody's following you, but you get to the chapel. That just as before, the wind is whipping over the island, making it very chilly, very hard to hear. But are you going inside the chapel?
Yes.
All right. So you almost have to crawl to get inside of it because the entrance to it is fairly low. But you get in, and it's actually fairly gloomy inside and dark, but it shields you pretty well from the wind. And because of this, you feel slightly warm, almost peaceful, and calm inside. In fact, the most calm you felt anywhere on this island, and you can gain 1 sanity back.
I'm going to try and remember any prayers from my youth. All right.
So as those two run out, what is everybody else doing?
I stay.
I stay.
Okay.
Well, I haven't got a choice then. I mean, my job is to keep the camera rolling on the talent.
I think the fun's here, Donald.
So if the talent stays, I have to stay. I can't go and film the producers sitting in a chapel.
Shall we go through or up?
Up.
Up.
What do I say?
Up.
Might be
Let's
some
go up.
tools upstairs.
Did we lose William?
Is he unconscious? I thought
I
I thought it was
don't
in
know.
game.
I think you went to the bathroom. Not sure.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So you guys are going up. Is that
Yes.
correct? All right. Ianto, just tell me when you decide that you're going to leave the chapel.
Okay. I'm probably just going to huddle here and say whatever prayers I can remember.
Okay. So you all start going up the stairs. What order are you going up?
I'll go first.
Okay, of course. Then I would guess followed by Dave and then Donald in the back. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
record everything.
I've got to go at the back because
Yeah, you got to go in the back.
Okay. You start going up, and like I said, the stairs start by going to the right and up. And as you walk up the stairs through each room, the lights will automatically go on. So what I'll do is I'll describe each room as you go through them, as you're going on the stairs, and stop me if you decide that you're going to do anything. The first room you go through, so the first room to the right of the lobby, looks to be some type of storage room. You see a number of wooden crates. You can read that some of them are labeled as furniture, cooking utensils, bedding, books. You see two crates next to the door, next to the far door, not the one to the lobby. One is opened and empty. The other looks like it, according to the label on it, looks like it might contain a generator.
Is the empty one labeled?
The empty one is labeled as having looked like it may have contained another generator.
Doesn't say disco ball. Okay.
No, does not say disco ball. Going farther, the next room looks like a construction workshop. You see a lot of tools lying around, a number of empty boxes, although you do see 4 wooden cases in one corner of the room labeled dynamite. 3 of them look like they're open. Continuing on to the next room, as you walk in there, so this is going to be the room on the opposite side of the house than the lobby. I need everybody in there to make sanity checks.
64.
No.
So
Really no.
Oh, 2.
I made it. Barely, but I made it.
I'm a man of iron.
So nothing if you made it, but a D4 if you failed. And as you get into this room, you notice that it looks to have been some type of almost like a small movie theater or cinema room. You see rows of seats that have been partially assembled, but they're pushed to the side. At the far end of the room, you see a low stage with a projector unit and a screen that would project, or the projector would project onto the screen. But what takes up most of the room is, and the reason that the rows of seats have been kind of pushed to the side, in the center of the room on the floor is painted a septagram, each point holding an incense burner. There are 6 piles of clothing neatly piled behind each burner, and the clothes are a mix of both male and female clothes. Over one of the chairs, you see some robes draped over, dark navy or black robes that are decorated with symbols that you don't immediately recognize. And then in front of the stage, you see bowls of some type of liquid in there. You can make an occult roll.
All right, I'll make an occult roll.
All right, I'll do the same. Ah, I made it.
Yeah,
I rolled a 3.
I rolled 100.
Looking at the septagram, the symbol that has 7 points, each with a incense burner at each point, you know that the number 7 is tied to a number of religions and occult meanings. In Christianity, it's tied to the 7 days of creation, as well as being a ward against evil or a representation of the perfection of God. In paganism, it's known as the elven or fairy star, and is a source of sacred and magical power. In alchemy, it's a source, it's a symbol representing the 7 planets, or the 7 planets that were known at the time. Overall, what you can tell, it appears that this was used as some type of potentially a ward against evil, or at least part of a ritual and a ward against evil. And at this point, you guys are on the stairs. You're about 30 feet up.
I'll relay that information, though. Turn to the camera and explain what I know.
Do you, after you do that, do you continue on? Irene or Donald, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'll continue on.
I'm just going to carry on shooting.
Okay.
Was there any dynamite in the boxes, or was it all gone? That's the question I wanted to ask. In the previous room.
You go to. I'm sorry. In the previous room, you saw there were 4 boxes that had been labeled dynamite. 3 of them were opened and they looked empty. The 4th one was still closed.
Do either of you guys have a lighter or matches?
Yes.
Yep, certainly do.
Before we proceed, I want to pop back in that room and just check out that box of dynamite and see if it's actually something we can open.
Well, I mean, I've got a light on the camera, which might be a bit of a safer way of lighting it if you're looking to illuminate the.
No, I mean
for lighting. Yeah, I've got a lighter in my pocket. Yeah, but
yeah, I'm not talking about lighting it up brightly to see better. I'm just wondering if there's 3 empty boxes of dynamite here. Is this for the construction, or are we going to come across some crazy bugger who's cutting people's heads off, sinking boats, and has a bunch of dynamite with him?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because you'd think if they were going to use dynamite somewhere like this, they'd be using it to blast to put down the foundations.
Mm-hmm.
So why would it be upstairs?
Yeah,
that's kind of odd.
Storing it in a house or a building like this isn't really safe.
It might just have been. I mean, if they're empty boxes, it might just have been like something else that they moved in old dynamite boxes.
True.
Things like that are collectible, after all.
Is the 4th one openable? Like, do we need like crowbar and?
No, you should be able to open it without a problem. Even if you did need a crowbar, it's in a room with a lot of construction materials.
Oh, okay. So it is construction materials. Well, I would like to open it and just look inside. Is this dynamite we can actually carry with us?
All right. So in order to do that, you're going to have to go back down the stairs.
Oh, I thought it was the next room right next door. Okay, never mind.
It is, but you're walking up the stairs to get up there.
You guys think
unless I misheard everybody, I thought you guys were going up the stairs. Which
we are.
Okay.
We'll go back down.
Okay. I just want to pop it open and see if. What the heck? Why don't we just carry a couple sticks of dynamite with us? What could go wrong?
Okay, so you start to head back down. Irene, are you just gonna kind of go past everyone and Dave following, and then Donald down as well?
I'll take the lead.
Okay, so you start going down, and Donald, you're walking, and you're filming them, and you see this force. The best way to describe it, if you could visually see wind, you see it coming up the stairway towards Dave and Irene as they walk down. Dave and Irene, give me a spot hidden rolls. We'll see if you guys see this coming at you.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, Dave, you're on
Missed
mute.
it by 11. You're mute.
I know I'm on mute. I had a window open. I was looking at my character. Yes, I rolled a 10. I do believe that is a pass. Let me check. Yes, that is a huge pass.
Okay, so Irene, you don't see this coming, but Dave, you see this as well coming right for you up the stairs. What are you doing? You're in the storage room now. You're probably about 20 feet off the ground.
Is there a door I can shut?
No.
Dive for cover, I guess. What am I going to do? I haven't got...
Your choices are either fall back on the stairs or jump off.
20 feet?
Yep.
Is there anything down there I'd land on, or is it just ground?
Just ground. There's some boxes.
The floor will break your fall.
Well, I'm not a 20-foot drop. I'll break a leg. I'll go back down the stairs, like away from it. Whatever direction.
Well, it's coming up the stairs towards you, so you'd have to go, back into Donald and back up the stairs if that's where you're going.
Well, I'll try to avoid smacking into Donald, but take off up the other way. Yes.
Okay, so we'll do this. Irene, give me a dodge roll, and Donald, you give me a dodge roll as well.
Okay.
Half of deck, so. Oh, I actually made it.
Well,
26 out of 30.
35.
Was that a pass, Donald?
That's a pass, yeah.
Okay, so Irene, you feel this just incredible cold hit you and knock you back hard onto the stairs, but you're able to keep yourself on there without falling off. Take D3 in damage though, because you hit these stairs really, really hard. Dave, you see this coming and you just kind of dive backwards, pedaling backwards up the stairs. Donald, you kind of get out of the way in time that you're able to, avoid him hitting you and knocking you down or dropping anything. But Dave, you can't quite make it. You kind of trip over your own feet and on the stairs, and you fall back down to taking a point of damage.
Okay.
But as you fall, you can feel this almost like intensely cold wind just pass by you. Donald, you feel the same thing as well. Whatever it is goes by you. It doesn't feel like it was going up. It almost feels like it was coming towards you and then just kind of dissipated.
Whoa! Did you get that on film?
Well, I got you two falling over on film. What? All
right.
I mean, what was it?
Didn't you feel that cold wind?
I felt cold, yeah, but it's not a thermal camera.
Okay. It's just a building. It's freaking us out.
We have got a thermal imaging camera, I think. But,
yes, you do.
We haven't unpacked it yet.
Yanto, in the chapel, you've been there for at this point at least a good 20 minutes or so, if not longer.
I think I'd like to start to look around.
You start looking around. There's not much to look around and find. It's pretty much bare ground and these stone walls. You just get this overwhelming feeling of calm.
Well, if it was originally a Catholic church, which it should have been if it was Saint Flanant, then if I can locate the area where the altar used to be, which would be at the east end of the building, even if it's not there anymore, there may have been relics of saints placed like in a little cubby underneath it to sanctify the ground. Perhaps that's why it's warding off the evil.
The chapel itself it's really just about the size of like a medium-sized tent or a big doghouse.
Right.
you look where the east end is, and you kind of get the feeling that there was something there at some point, but it was built hundreds of years ago, and throughout the many centuries that it's been on there and the people that's been on there, you dig around in the ground, you look around, but you're unable to find anything.
Are there any kind of markings or?
You do see, so you start, going around the edge where the stones are. You do see some markings. In looking at them, really closely, you see some Christian symbols like the cross and like a little fish.
The hero, yes.
Right, things like that. But you don't, but no, nothing pagan or anything like that.
All right. Well, I'm just going to sit here. Can I see outside?
Yeah, you can see somewhat outside.
I'm sort of wherever I can sit and see outside. I'm peeking outside to see if there's anything out there.
Nope. All you see is either the emptiness of the island, or as you look around, you can see the lighthouse and the glass house.
Right.
At this point, you look up at the sun. It's probably about 3:00 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You have a couple more hours of sunlight.
I'm just going to sit here because I don't know what to do. I figured someone will find me maybe 3 days from now when they come looking for us.
Okay.
But I feel safe here.
Okay.
And I'm really dealing with the insanity of the situation because I never believed any of this stuff until now.
That makes complete sense. So then back at the house, you're all on the stairs. After you kind of pick yourselves up and clean yourselves off a little bit, are you going to continue back down to look at the storage room, or?
Yes.
Yes, we should.
You get down there without incident. You go into the storage room, and you wanted to look specifically at the dynamite, correct? Or you're in the workshop. I'm sorry, the workshop is where the dynamite was.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'd like to look at.
Okay. You find that there are 4 boxes. 3 of the boxes are empty, and according to the manifest for each box, there were 12 sticks in each. The final box, you open it up, and you see that there are half the sticks still there. Close by, you find a spindle of wire and a detonator.
Anybody got a bag?
Wait a minute. Question about the dynamite then. If there's a spindle of wire, is there blasting caps or is this fused dynamite? In other words, can I take this dynamite and light it, or am I going to have to use a blasting cap to light it?
You'll have to use a blasting cap.
Okay, so this isn't something you're going to just like light and throw.
No.
We're going to have to set this and literally blast it.
And all the equipment that you need is there to do it. But this isn't the light and throw type dynamite.
Yeah, we'll have to come back here.
Yep, definitely. Okay, so at least we know this is here. We know it's all here in case we need it, Is there anything in here like crowbars or anything like that to pick up and carry around with us?
There's workshop, so there'll be axes, hammers, toolbars, all kinds of things.
Pretty much whatever you want.
Like that. I'm going to pick up a big Phillips screwdriver.
Yep, absolutely. You can
Phillips?
each find one of those.
They do the most damage.
I want an axe.
You can easily find those. So where do you?
I'll try to carry it off camera, like down though. I don't want to be seen, on camera hauling an axe around in a building that we're supposed to just be investigating.
Well, I'll shoot sensitively.
Thank you.
I should say
That'll
that
look like a crate.
this room also has the other door that leads to the outside. So there's the door in the lobby that leads to the outside, the door in the ballroom, and then there's a door here. As the other ones, when you walk around the house, you know that this one is also bricked up.
Well, we got dynamite to open this if we need to.
So where would you guys like to go next?
Continue upstairs. Keep on searching rooms.
You betcha.
All right, so you head back to the stairs, start going up. You go around like you did before. You make it to the cinema room, which has the symbol in the center of the room. And as you start going past that, you once again go into the ballroom, to the library, and then finally into the lobby, where you reach the top of the stairs and go onto the second floor. The stairs break through the floor and open up into a seating room. This is the room has a couple of sofas that you see that have been covered by what appears to be white dust sheets. But these have both been pushed to the side. So I should say too that this room is in the center of the house. So it would be above the area that where you suspect that the door in the lobby leads to. Looking around, you see doors going off. This is, like I said, this is a very large circular room. You see doors leading out of the room, 3, 4, 6 doors into 6 additional rooms into which you cannot see where they are. Like I said, there are a couple of sofas in here, but they've all been pushed aside because in the center of the room is a table, just one large table. And on the table appear to be some type of papers.
Look at them.
Are all of you going to look at them?
Well, I'm going to film the other 2 while they look at them.
So as you get close, all of you feel just a shiver go down your spine as you see that these are the blueprints of the house. However, the blueprints are not just the blueprints. They're stained in this dark red pool of blood that has long since dried. Scrawled, written in the blood across the top of the blueprints are the words, "I hope this is enough." And looking around the room, you can see that there was once a long or a pool of blood as somebody bled to death here, given the size of the pool. Additionally, you can see a bloody footprint on the floor, again dried, and drag marks that lead toward the stairs and droplets of pool, as if somebody had died here and was dragged toward the stairs. Everybody, of course, give me a sanity check.
Oh, made it.
I made it.
So,
Oh, I also made it.
all right, D3 if you made it.
Oh,
If you made it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Next to the blueprints is a book.
what's the book say?
The book is closed. It has no name printed on its cover, just the Roman numeral V on its spine, or 5, I guess.
Open it up.
So as you open it, Irene, you're opening it up. The front page has been the title page just says Volume 5, and as you quickly look through it, you see what looks like it to be a number of rituals and spells inside, with a number of locations bookmarked and notes made all over. If you want to, I'm just assuming that you just kind of glanced at it quickly. If you're going to look even more, let me know.
No, I'm going to continue looking at it some more. I'm going to see what I can decipher.
Yeah,
I
this
got a
is
pretty-
this is a bit much. This is a bit much for me. I'm stepping back. There's blood on the floor. I mean, there's footprints, there's drag marks. What we heard about this damn place. This is bizarre. I'm not liking this very much.
In retrospect, we didn't see any kind of stains coming up the stairs, did we?
You did not. In fact, they were clean. Irene, you start looking through the book. Check your email. I just sent you a description of it. It'll be easier for you to see it that way than me to try to show it on
Okay.
William, I see you're back. Yanto and Karen have left the house. They went into the chapel, have been staying there. The others have gone upstairs. Do you want to have gone just to the chapel as well?
Hell yeah. Chapels are nice and safe.
Okay.
It's a very small chapel.
Yeah, it's
fine,
very
I don't
small.
know.
The three of you fit in there pretty tightly, but you actually feel the wind is blocked in this. You feel very almost warm and safe, and in fact, you can gain back a sanity point.
Oh, well, thank God.
If you follow the link that Mick posted, you can see what the chapel looks like.
Okay.
I will post it on because it's a real chapel.
Oh my God.
Yes, we're quite intimate right now inside the chapel.
Oh, well, if I know 100% what would happen if Jen were here. So, I mean, I could straight up, yeah, fanfic. I don't know, something about fan fiction. Yanto William fanfic.
She's quite frightened
Oh, okay.
because she put her hands in the books and saw blood and gore.
Well, yeah, how do you think I feel?
Yes, and I'm there too.
Yeah, well, we're safe. That's what's important.
The others have gone upstairs in the house.
Yeah, and you all have been in the chapel for about a half an hour now, at least. You're starting to kind of gain your wits back, calm down a little bit. Whether or not you're religious, you feel very at peace in here and safe.
Okay.
Which is amazing. I'm a complete convert now. I'm going to go to church every day. Please, God, don't kill me and let me get out of this okay.
I completely agree with you. I am. Oh man, I'm 100% with you, Yanto. I'm sorry about everything. This is crazy. If we survive this, you're getting another season.
I'm not sure that I want to do any of this anymore.
I completely understand. Do we know how we're going to get off the island? I mean, are we just going to wait here?
Somebody will come and find us.
That's my hope, because the ship has to be listed in the shipmaster's roster.
Of course.
Which means that if the ship does not come back, then the shipmaster has to call it in, and that means that the Coast Guard has to become involved, which means someone's going to be coming eventually. It just depends on when.
And we'll just tell them that there is a crazy maniac here, and he's killed everybody in the house, and we're the only survivors, and please get us home.
Do we have food?
We can survive a few days without food.
Well,
It's water that we should be concerned with.
I'm sure that it rains quite a bit. I'm sure we'll get water somehow.
It depends. It's summer.
That's true.
We'll see.
I'll see.
Okay, so back in the house, Irene is looking through the book. Donald and Dave, you're in the middle of this room with all of this, the blueprints on the table, just completely blood stained, and you have 6 doors around you, or you can go back downstairs. Oh, and as well, there is a ladder that leads up to a porthole on top, which appears to lead to the roof.
Oh. Well, The blood's freaking me out. But what, Irene? What
Well,
do you want to do, Irene? Because I'm not necessarily going to want to do the same thing as you.
you up for a human sacrifice?
Not today, no. I think there's already been one here.
Then I take that you'd be unwilling.
What?
I'm
I hope
just-
you're really laughing.
Yes, I'm just laughing, Dave, because apparently they tried to cast a spell that didn't work. Someone was sacrificed. Someone was sacrificed, and the spell did not work.
Oh, how do you know it didn't work?
Because the place is still haunted.
Were they trying to unhaunt the place?
They were trying to seal it in that little room down below to protect
Right
everybody.
below us.
To protect the house. And apparently it didn't work.
And they needed to sacrifice someone to do this?
Yes.
What is it they're trying to seal? Can you tell that?
They're trying to seal the portal, which is underneath us. Apparently there's something in that room. I'm guessing that rock formation was a Neolithic temple of some kind. I'm just guessing. But it was obviously the center of great power. And whatever it was trapped inside of there. And they were trying to use this ritual to seal it and to protect it. And it required a human sacrifice.
Would dynamite work?
I don't know.
Should I really be filming this bit? I mean,
Yes,
You
yes.
can edit this later. Edit the crazy talk out later if you need to.
I'm not seriously going to blow something up.
This is bizarre. Well, I'm okay. Human sacrifice, dynamite. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. I don't know what to believe, but I know something happened here because look at the floor. This is blood. It's footprints.
And,
Donald,
I mean,
what do you think we should do? Sorry.
Do I
Tyler,
think
is it fresh blood or is it?
no,
years old blood?
it's long dried.
I thought so.
8 years to be exact.
I think we should just carry on searching and see if there's anything we can use. I mean, we're not going to find any food. It's been empty for 8 years, but
Well, they never moved in, so I doubt that there'd be much in the way of food here anyway.
I don't know. I still think maybe there's I
Crackers.
think if there's going to be a radio, there's more likely to have been a radio at the.
We're
the
running out
lighthouse.
of,
There
we're
was
running out
nothing-
of
there was
rooms.
nothing there. So
Irene, give me a spot hidden roll.
We're running out of rooms here. Oh yeah, easy.
So as you're looking at the book, I'm not sure if the description states this or not, but especially in the part for the ritual sacrifice, the notes made in the margin are so detailed and explicit that like somebody had written in there as if it were for somebody who did not understand how to do a ritual. They're almost, explain like I'm 5 step-by-step instructions.
Satanism 101. Yeah, but it requires a human sacrifice. There's no way to do this without a human sacrifice.
Well, we're not going to sacrifice somebody.
I'm not saying to do it. I am saying that is what the ritual is. Hence the blood. That they brought someone in here to sacrifice.
Do you want to go up on the roof?
yeah, go on.
Well, you keep reading. I'm going up. Donald, film me going up. Gonna check
Okay.
check this out.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's just the windmill up there. I don't think there's anything else up there. But
We want shots of everything.
worth
Just
a go.
Get some
Might be able to have a look,
killer panoramic views from up there.
see if there's any boats coming.
you got a GoPro I can stick on me, or
What you're wearing one on your chest, mate?
oh, geez, look at that. Okay, let's go. I'm up.
All right,
I'm getting away from this mess.
You start climbing up. Donald, are you just gonna stay below and kind of film him going up, or how are you?
No, I'm going to go up after him because I'd like to try and get some shots of the panorama.
Okay. You
Maybe see if I can see any boats.
you start going up, and you Dave, you go up first. It's kind of like a little portal that you have to push. It takes a little bit because there's like it's not locked, but there's like a metal latch almost to prevent it from like accidentally blowing open or something like that. You push it open and you just get blasted with wind as the wind whips into the room you're in through the portal.
Okay.
But you start climbing up, you get to the top, and you can just see everywhere. Just 360 view all over. You take a couple steps over, and Donald, as you're almost right behind him, the portal slams shut.
Uh-oh. What the hell?
Donald, you're standing on this roof. There is a huge windmill there. What would be used to power the generator. First, give me a spot hidden.
No.
Or I'm sorry, Dave. Dave.
Oh, sorry. Yes. 26.
So you're looking around. The portal has slammed shut. Donald, you would naturally try to start pushing on it, and it's not budging.
Oh, God.
Dave, looking around, you can see the ocean. You actually see what looks almost like a yacht, probably about 5 or 6 miles off in the distance. But as you're looking around, you start looking around more, and almost immediately in front of you, you see what might be described as a man. If they looked, human, they're wearing a black suit, and in fact, you immediately recognize this as the face that Donald had captured in the camera that had attacked Ianto. But you can see it up close right now, and yeah.
Oh my God!
Give me first off, give me an idea roll.
Idea roll. That's a 30 even, and that. Yep, I'm good.
Okay, so
I got over half, less than half.
So I didn't think to scan this in, but this. Let me see if you guys see this.
Oh.
In front of you is this ghostly apparition of a man in a black suit. His face, though, is just covered in where his veins are almost like a black translucent ichor, and his teeth are just sharp, jagged points. However, you recognize this man from doing the research that you have on this place. You recognize him as Nathan Glass, the architect who built this building. He reaches out for you, and you can feel this intense cold coming at you, and you can see as he reaches out for you the lines of on his wrists or along his wrists, the lines where a razor has been used to drain the blood from his body.
Oh, jeez, Mr. Glass, Mr. Glass, do I still have my axe with me?
You do, but give me a sanity check.
Yeah, I'm probably rambling as I. Oh no, that's a fail.
That would be a D8.
Oh my god. Well, I'm beyond my 20% total loss now. No, but yeah, absolutely.
How much did you lose?
I lost 7. I mean,
Oh.
total loss. I'm 1, 2, 3.
But definitely put you over the limit.
Yeah.
Give me
Because
an.
my initial was a lot higher.
Go ahead and make
Sorry.
an intelligence check. This is the one that you want to fail.
No, that's a fail. That's a 96.
That's good. That's what you want to do.
Oh, good.
Your mind is what you're seeing in front of you is not what you think it is, or not what it is. Your mind is shielding it from you as either a hallucination or a glimpse, or at least that's what you think it is. But it rushes towards you. As it does, Donald. What are you doing? You're trying to push on the portal, but it's it wasn't moving.
Well, I was going to turn around and ask him if he could help me.
He went up before you, right?
Yes.
All right, so he got up there, and that's when it shut.
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
under.
were still on the
Right.
ladder.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought we were both on the roof.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to keep banging at the roof.
Give me a strength roll. You can even
Okay.
use a bonus die if you want, since you have the wrench.
Okay. I'll need a bonus die because I've got an 83 there. And 25 out of 60.
Okay. You start pushing, and the hatch slowly opens up. You get it to be about 2 or 3 inches, and you could just see Dave standing there, and you can't. It's not open enough. You can just see these 2 feet in a black suit standing right in front of him. You'll be able to get the hatch open next round. Dave, this thing starts rushing towards you. What are you doing?
It's transparent, like I can see through it.
Yes.
Dodge. Swing my axe while I'm trying to dodge. Can I do both? Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can do one or the other, really.
I'll swing my axe at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I mean, it's the instinct of I have something in my hands, and that's a fail. Yes.
So you take a step, swing, and even as you swing it, even though you make it right there, it goes right through it, and you feel that it comes towards you, kind of wraps you up, and this just almost bitter cold caresses your entire body. Go ahead and lose D6 hit points.
That's 2. Okay.
And give me a dexterity check as it starts pushing you towards the edge.
Fail.
You get to the edge of the glass house, and you're over 100 feet in the air. You're standing right on the edge. At this point, Donald, you make it up all the way. You see Dave just standing on the edge of the house, teetering over with this creature right in front of you, kind of pushing him. At this point, you see exactly what it is as well. Even though he's not facing towards you, he's translucent enough that you can almost see his face in like a mirror image as you look at it from behind. And you should give me a sanity check as well.
Whoa. 9. It's a success.
So just a D3 then.
D3. Oh, that's 2.
What are you both doing?
Well, I'm trying to dodge my way away from this thing pushing me over the edge.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shout, yell. Ah, not even a coherent sound, just a shout. I can't think of anything to shout at him. I'm too overwhelmed by the experience.
Okay. Dave, go ahead and roll.
That's a 28. What am I rolling against?
Oh, sorry. This would be, we'll say Dex.
Then that's a pass.
What
yes.
type of pass? Is it a regular?
I got a 28 out of 58.
So that would be a hard success. It lunged again, moving towards you. Your feet slip out in front of you, but somehow you're able to grasp the side of the house. You're literally dangling over the edge at this point. Ianto and William, give me a listen check and let me know if you get a hard success.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 37, so that's not a hard success.
Okay. William, Ianto, you don't hear this, but William, you hear almost like a yell over the wind, and that you hear a yell just coming from somewhere outside. That sounds suspiciously like Dave.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm crippled with fear, but I am afraid. Can I make I guess a sanity roll? Not a sanity, or maybe a power roll. I'll say a power roll. A power roll to see if I can go outside and see what's going on.
Sure.
We can see outside, by the way.
Oh, we can. There's a window.
Well, there's ways to see outside.
All right. Well,
Some things.
I have a really high power, unfortunately, so I passed.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna look outside, and I'm gonna just look around, and if I see Dave, I'm gonna run outside.
William, what is it?
I don't know exactly. If I look up, will I see Dave? Like,
you look around and you do see Dave hanging on the edge of the building from the top of the roof.
I shout, "Oh my God!" and I run out of the chapel, and I'm shouting, "Dave!"
Okay. Ianto, he goes running.
I crawl over to the door and I peek outside to see what the hell he's looking at.
All right, and you see the same thing.
Oh my God. Our star.
My money!
Okay.
Are you getting this on film, Donald?
I'm not sure that I'm going to follow him, but I'm stepping outside the chapel, being able to dive back into it as soon as something happens.
Okay. William, you just start taking off towards it. Back up on the roof. Dave, you're hanging on. Go ahead or the creature or the whatever it is, the former apparition of Nathan Glass spins around and starts coming at you, Donald. So what are you both doing?
Oh right, I'm going full Scottish. I'm going to fight him. Come on then.
Okay, Dave.
Get him today.
You can try to. I assume you're going to try to pull yourself back up.
Yeah, pull myself back up, grab my axe, and maybe run at it again. The axe already went through it. It's probably useless. I'm just going to go try to help Donald somehow.
Well, I'm just trying to lure it away from you so you can get back on the roof.
Okay.
Oh, well, then I get back up on the damn roof. I thought I was like just leaning kind of over the edge.
All right, Dave, give me a strength check. Donald, the thing is coming right towards you. You're just going to swing at it?
Yeah, well, I didn't see him take a swing at it with his axe, so I don't know that. So I'm just going to try and lamp it with the camera.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. 3.
All right. So, Dave, as you start pulling yourself up, you get past the edge, back on solid footing, and you see this thing charge right at Donald. Donald, you with the camera, you kind of step to the side a little bit, just swinging at it. And if this had been a solid actual person, you know that you would have connected just completely on point. But the camera goes right through it. The thing passes right by you because you had stepped to the side. It had completely missed you, and goes out kind of to the edge of the roof, turns around, smiles at you with this smile full of jagged teeth, and just kind of melts into the ground. Leaving you.
That's going to make for a great shot, though, isn't it?
Jesus. I'm shaking, obviously.
Yeah, let's I'm just gonna grab him, just holding the camera.
I gotta get off this roof. We gotta get off this roof. Oh.
What are you doing on the roof up there?
Bundle him back into the building. Both of us, we've got to get inside. Obviously, like we don't want to be on the roof. Being on the roof, very bad idea.
Bad idea.
Shouldn't have come up here.
Don't let me make these decisions. Bad things.
Yeah. Let's just get in and shut the
down
thing.
Back down. Safer.
I'm thinking that the moment we step anywhere outside this building, that thing is there, isn't it? Because it's not been in the building. But the moment we stepped out of the building, it was there. What does that tell you? That was a bad idea. We don't want to do that again.
Don't get off the boat. Stay in the building.
Yeah, don't get off the bus.
And William, at this time, you've come all the way up the stairs. You make it into that room, and that's when you see the blueprints with all the blood all over. And you need to give me a sanity check for seeing that.
Oh, I can do that. That is a pass. 1d3?
Yes.
Well, hello, William.
Irene. I say in the most stable voice I can.
Irene, I just imagine that you're sitting on one of the couches reading this as he, just comes bursting up the stairs.
Dave was hanging off of the roof. What are you doing in here? What is this?
They went up on the roof. They're hanging off the roof.
They're hanging off the roof. Dave was clinging to the roof last time I saw.
Oh shit! We better get up there and help them then.
You're sitting on the couch, and they
were just going up to go investigate the roof. I didn't think there was anything up on the roof.
All right, so I run to the. I try and find a way up, and I guess I head up.
And as soon as you get to the bottom of the ladder that leads up to the portal to the roof, the up hatch or the hatch above opens up, and Donald and Dave, both paler than they should be and shaking a little bit, come back down.
Dave, are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. There was there's a ghost thing up there.
What do you mean a ghost thing?
Donald got it on film. It's on my GoPro thing here. This guy, you could he nearly pushed me off the damn roof.
So I immediately approach Irene and I say, "What the?"
Yeah, I'm fine too, by the way.
Donald, I knew you'd be fine. You weren't hanging off a roof.
He saved me.
You get a fucking Medal of Honor from BBC. All right, Irene, what the fuck is going on?
It's very simple. They tried to trap an entity in here that was, shall we say, evil. They cast a spell. The ritual did not work. It wasn't strong enough. It's all right here in the notes. You're welcome to read it. I mean, it's written so that a 5-year-old could do it.
But why did they do any of this? What are we talking about here? Why would he build this and then want to sacrifice? Why would he want to trap something in here? What are you talking about? You say it's simple. It's not simple.
And where's Karen?
This is a show about the supernatural. The supernatural is real.
Karen is with me in the hut, in the church, the chapel.
Oh, I was just yelling it out loud. Like I just noticed all of a sudden she wasn't with us.
Look, I don't give a shit.
I'm having a cigarette. I'm gonna put the camera down and have a cigarette.
I don't give a shit.
I don't care who objects.
No one objects. No one objects, Donald. Have your cigarette. Have a whole pack. I don't give a fuck.
We gotta blow this place up. We gotta blow this whole damn place up.
I point at Dave and I say, yes. If you say that the supernatural is real, I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is me getting off of this goddamn island. And if us blowing up this house is the smartest thing to do, let's do it. If it means
there's dynamite downstairs and like all the stuff you need to blow it up.
If we did blow up something with the dynamite, people from the mainland would see it.
Yeah, it's like a signal fire.
Wait. No, we can't blow up the house. She just said, I saw that, Dave. I pointed at Irene, she just said that the door is trapping something behind it.
He said there's rocks or something, some mystical thing in that room down below.
Well,
some spot that's magical or something. Blow that up, it's not magical anymore.
True.
I don't know.
I will not argue with that, Dave. When you blow something up, usually it's not magical anymore.
I don't know. This is too freaky. We've seen this thing twice now. It pushed Ianto. It tried to push me off a roof. You can see through it. Donald, can you play back to show what this thing looked like on your camera?
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. I'm going to run back through the camera footage and see if I've got any.
You've got some footage. It's very staticky, like extremely staticky when you play it back. You can see Dave being kind of pushed to the edge throughout all of this. Although every once in a while you get a clear frame or a clear part of a frame that shows the entity within it. Just a very translucent, humanoid figure.
I don't get this though. If it's like things go through it, but it can still push people.
You're talking about a thing that's translucent and it's attacking people. Science doesn't make any sense with this thing. Irene.
Yeah.
The chapel downstairs. I felt safe when I was in that, and now I'm in here and I feel like complete shit. Is it possible for us to take that and bring it here and like the energy or whatever the fuck?
The only thing that is going to save us is to blow up those stones. The way to do that is we have to breach the door, put the dynamite in, and blow up the stones.
I'm good with that.
You're certain?
I see no other way.
I thought you said human sacrifice was the only way to...
That's this ritual, but the ritual didn't work.
What? Human sacrifice?
Look at the floor, this big pool of dry blood. Or soup.
I thought it was soup. So a human sacrifice. Okay. Didn't work.
Depends on what kind of soup it was.
Okay. So, how can we trust anything that you're saying, Irene? Like we can't hear these spirits. Only you apparently can.
But you've seen them.
We've seen them, but that doesn't give us any proof that blowing up the stones is what destroys them.
Well, then what is your guess?
I think that the chapel is safe. I think that somehow, if we can all manage to squeeze in there and then wait for help to come, we'll be fine.
Then go to the chapel.
I look to the group, and do I see any objections? All right. I put my hands up, and I leave immediately. I'm going to the chapel.
We can't all fit in that thing, though.
What the hell is going on here?
I'm out. I'm walking down the stairs.
Don't you want to help finish this footage for the show?
I stop and I turn and I point to you, Trent. Dave, you're not Trent. Trent's dead. I point to you and I say, Dave, I don't give a fuck if this footage gets finished. That's Ianto's job.
And where's he? Oh, he's in the chapel. God.
We're producers. We're producers and we're researchers. We do not get our hands dirty. That's your job.
God, it's not my job. I'm the face. I'm just... All right. We got to do something because we can't get off the island, and we've got something going around trying to kill us, and according to Irene that's inside that room, we got to deal with something. Do we open it? Do we check it out?
I have no. I have an idea. The lighthouse. We turn that lighthouse on, someone's going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lighthouse.
Well,
they're used to seeing it.
I know, but if a boat sees it, they'll come to us, and we can get off the island.
Is that the way lighthouses usually work? You turn it on and they come to you?
I imagine that this lighthouse hasn't been on in some time. The minute it comes on, it's going to alert someone.
Oh, you know, it was a function. It's supposed to be a functional lighthouse.
Which means there's a foghorn.
That comes from the boat.
I say that is our best bet. And I'm going to go ask Ianto to come help me. We're going to go to that lighthouse. We're going to fix it. If you guys want to blow up the
There's a room full of tools.
Yeah, if you guys want to blow up the lighthouse, fine. Someone deliberately destroyed the lighthouse for a reason, and I think it's because it's so no one can get off of this island. It's for this thing or this person or whatever the fuck you want to call it to kill us.
Question for the GM. Did it look to us like, well, I wasn't there actually, but I guess I really can't ask the question then. I can't ask the question. Sorry. It's not fair. So,
okay.
We could cobble together some tools, grab a toolkit or a toolbox or something, and head over to the lighthouse and see if we can get that light running. Because I mean, it's just it's the line, it's the fuel line mainly.
Perfect.
So
let's grab some tools,
some electrical tape, and some maybe some gaffer tape or something, bits and pieces here.
Perfect.
We could use. Maybe there's some Jubilee clips or something. I don't know. Just grab a few things here. See if we can jury rig the light over there and get it operational again. I mean, if that light suddenly flares up, people are definitely going to notice that.
Exactly.
Well, I saw a yacht about 5 miles offshore.
Perfect.
Out in the water.
They see that light suddenly come on. They're gonna investigate. At least they're gonna be like, why is that light, that bright light?
I think in a lighthouse like that there'd be an Aldous lamp or something, but
maybe there is.
If it fails, we can just blow it up. They'd see that.
Do you want to blow up a lighthouse? The Northern Lighthouse Board, mate, they're worse than the Illuminati. They've got tendrils everywhere. They'll never leave you alone. They'll be after you forever for that.
My thing is I don't want to destroy. Let's say we destroy the house. Great, awesome, problem solved. We're safe. Yeah. How do we explain the fact that we blew up a house we were supposed to be filming in? We'll get arrested.
Yeah, we'll never work again.
Oh, I think you got enough footage. We'll just make enough off this to get a new season and pay the owner off.
I don't know. All I know is that lighthouse is the only natural thing that can get us off the island.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to grab those tools, and if anyone wants to come with me, I'm going to go talk to Yanto, and I'm going to see if he wants to come up. But I'm heading up there. I'm going to try and fix it at least.
So, Irene, are you in agreement with this? You've been kind of silent throughout this whole conversation.
If they want to go fix the lighthouse, then we can try it. What I want to do is to get the dynamite and get it set up. Not necessarily use it, but get it set up so that we're one step closer if that's what it comes down to.
Okay. All right. Are you... Oh, sorry, go on.
Well, Irene, I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's smart, but you can't be alone.
Does Irene know anything about dynamite?
Well, I'm just talking about getting the elements down to where they need to be. I don't know how to set up dynamite, but I could get it set down there so that way when we're ready, we don't have to go do the lug and shuffle and bring everything down.
Smart. But you got to have someone here with you. That thing could come back. You're saying that there are things inside the house.
Hold on a second. The dynamite is in one of the rooms on the ground floor, right? Yes. Yeah, you don't have to bring it down from anywhere.
Well, that
was my mistake.
It was actually a little ways up the stairs.
No, it's in the room. The stairs are 20 feet above the
construction room.
Well, like I said, get it all out into place.
Yeah.
And in that way, if that's what it comes down to, we're one step closer.
It's not wasting time. All right.
Okay.
Who wants to come with me?
I don't know how to fix a lighthouse. What good am I going to do you?
True. You're best to stay here. Now that I'm kind of level-headed, that's not a bad idea.
Okay.
But who's going to come with me, and who's going to stay with Irene?
I'm coming. Let's go. Let's film this, Donald.
Okay.
Okay, so while you are all discussing this and coming to this decision, Ianto, actually, could I ask everybody other than Ianto to take off your headphones for just a couple minutes?
Got it, boss.
Yes. Go ahead.
So William has run off. You are just kind of sitting there with Karen. Karen is just kind of at this point. She's actually fallen asleep. She's just kind of passed out from the exhaustion.
Okay.
And you're in the chapel, correct?
I'm at the door of the chapel, half in, half out.
All right.
Watching.
So you're focused on the top of the stairs, and you hear this crunching of feet walking up the pathway. And you look over, and standing in front of you is a woman you recognize. It's Valerie Irvine, the lawyer. For Audrey Gloss. She stands there looking at you. You're kind of like hunched down, kind of like half in and out of the chapel. And she looks down at you and says, "It seems you have all gotten yourself into a mess."
What are you doing here? How did you get here? Do you have a boat?
She looks around and says, "Yeah, I do, but I'm also here on a specific purpose. You seem to be the only one who is smart enough to hide, or at least stay in this place of protection. But I have to tell you that, as I'm sure you found out, there is something in the glass house, something that must be destroyed."
Yes, Are you part of this?
She smiles a little bit and says, "Not directly. I've been following it for years, and when I found that it was going up for sale, I knew I had to intervene. In looking, I'm privy to some of the history in it. See, I'm part of a group. a group that I'll remain nameless for now, but let's just say we dabble in more of the occult aspects of the world.
I believe you. We've seen things already. There is some sort of an entity that is either it's trying to kill us or chase us away. And I look at her, and I look at her closely, and I'm like, we shouldn't have breached the house, should we?
She says, well, no, but you have, and so you have to finish what you started. Because you were the ones who opened the house, you are the only ones who can destroy its tie to the house.
I'm the one who opened the house.
Then you must make sure that you're part of the plan to do this, to stop what you have started. You see, there is a guardian in the house, an evil presence, that once night falls, it will be able to roam the island and potentially leave the island itself back to the mainland. The only way to stop it is to destroy its tie to the house.
And what is that tie?
The tie could be something that it did to be within the house. It's from what we understand, the entity protecting it, or I'm sorry, not protecting it. The entity within it is potentially Nathan Gloss, the architect. You see, his friend and colleague Patrick Raleigh was going to use this place as a place to summon power. That went terribly awry, and whatever was in there or whatever they summoned went into Nathan. His body is in there somewhere, and if you can destroy his remains, then
I think that we could see some of our people were up on the roof, and there was something there, something dark. It's Mr. Glass, yes.
That may have been his apparition. His body would not have been that, or his remains would not have been, somewhere that would be subject to the elements. It would be something hidden, perhaps in a hidden room or in a hidden location that had been walled up or walled off that was without view.
There was a door we found in the wall, or a place where there was a door to the center of the house on the bottom. Is that what it could be?
She looks away and thinks for a second and says, yes, that could very well be. The center of the house is where the power was supposed to originate from.
Then we do have to go through the door.
Yes, that will be where his remains are.
And we destroy his remains?
If you can destroy his remains, he will no longer be in the house, and the evil will be dissipated.
I see. Well, then I know what I must do.
It's like, she says, all right.
Dave, please come and close my door. Sorry, I meant to mute that.
She says, the others cannot know I'm here. I will have, at least until this is done. If they know that there is a way off the island, then they may not help you with this. And I cannot stress enough how imperative it is to do this. I have a boat. I will be just offshore, and when I will wait a little while. And when, how long do you think it would take you to do this? An hour or two?
I don't know. I will. It depends on how hard it is to get through the roof, the wall.
She says, I will wait until just before sunset, and then I will come back up. And Whether or not you are successful, I will take you off the island.
I will tell the others to come to the chapel, though, if it's safe here.
And you alone will do it? Will you be able to?
I'll try to convince some of them, but they've got their own notions of things that they want to do. In fact, do we see them leaving the house?
Not yet. No, this is all happening as they were having that really long discussion.
Okay. I will try to convince them.
All right. She says, all right, good luck. I wish you the best. I will be back. She looks up, says it will probably be another 3 hours before sunset. I will be back in 2 hours.
Okay.
And with that, she just turns around and starts walking down. Or walking away down the path down to the dock.
All right. And I'm going to head towards the house.
Okay. I don't know how to signal everyone.
I mean, it's almost 10, so I don't know how this is gonna go.
Well, we may need to go to the next week.
Yeah, well, definitely. But yeah, as you all start coming down the stairs, Ianto walks into the front door of the house.
Good to see you're safe, Yanto.
I think she's safe. She's asleep in the chapel. The chapel seems to be the safest place on the island. If any of you would like to take refuge there, you'll be safe. However, I think I know what we have to do.
What do we have to do, Yanto?
I think we have to wait until next week.
Fuck you!
And this sounds like a good place to stop.
Yeah. With a cliffhanger.
Damn it. You remember that TV show?
I like cliffhangers.
You remember that TV show that used to be called Cliffhangers?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's what this place reminds me of.
Susan Anton.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we finish up, I want to thank all of the people over at Chaosium for their kindness and support, not to mention the fact that they've produced the greatest role-playing game ever, according to my opinion. They've been very encouraging and generous in everything we're doing here, and we wish them continued prosperity from now until the coming of the great old ones. Thank you. Thank you. 3 times thank you to Chaosium. Our players included Jerry Bryant, Jen Coulter, Sean Little, Thomas McKeon, Mick Swan, and myself with Tyler Hudak as the Keeper of the Secrets. We're currently producing 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. Patrons of our show can now enjoy recordings of our pre- and post-game conversations. Some of the funniest and most interesting stuff occurs before and after the show. We have 2 new patrons. Isaac, I hope I'm going to pronounce his last name correct. Isaac Yardine has pledged $5 a month, and Josh Mandernech has pledged a whopping $15 a month. Way to go, guys. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you.
If you'd like to become a patron, visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month will help us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We love hearing from you. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.